9x9 Kenken with no operation signs from mathmojo.com/Kenken. This is lesson number 19, and if you're here, that proves you've got a lot of patience, or else you cheated and just skipped up to here. Hope you cheated. No. I hope you've been patient, because you're going to need that patience. What we're going to do is first try to fill in a whole row here with preliminary numbers for this cell right here, this one cell. Well, we know that it can't be a 7 in this cell, either in this cell or this cell for this cage. We also know that we can't have a 1 or a 2. How do we know that? In a previous lesson we talked about this 4 cage is either going to be 1 plus 2 plus 1, in which case there's a 1 in this row, or 2 times 1 times 2, which will give us 4, but there'll still be a 1 in this row, or 1 times 4 times 1. In either case, there is a 1 in this row. So we know there can be no 1 in this cell. Could it be a 2? Well, if there's a 1 over here, we could subtract it from this 2. Yeah, that would work. If there was a 3 here, we could subtract 2. If there was a 4, we could subtract 3. If there was a 5, we could subtract 6. I'm sorry, 4. If there was a 6, we could subtract 5. There cannot be a 7 because of the 7 down here. But from this 6, we could from this 5, sorry, from this 6, we could subtract this 5. If there was an 8 here, we could subtract it from a 9 here. And if there was an 8 here, we could subtract it from a 9 here. So those will work. Now we can do our full ecology check for this row, well, a preliminary ecology check for an entire row. What do we know about this row? We know there's going to be a 1 involved, and we know there's going to be a 2 involved if we don't use this 4. And I'm not going to use this 4 because I would like to use this 4. I think it's going to be the 1-4-1 combination here. And because I think that, I'm not going to use it. I'm going to use what I think is wrong, so I can eliminate it quickly and be sure instead of going down a very long rabbit hole. What I'm trying to do is take the shortest rabbit hole I can find. But if I don't use the 4, there are 2 possibilities. There's the 2-1-2 combination or the 1-2-1 combination. Either one, the ecology for this row will remain the same because there'll be a 2 and a 1 here no matter what. Either a 1 and a 2 or a 2 and a 1. The only effective difference is there would be a 1 down here or a 2 down here. We don't know which one yet. So let's choose one. I'm just going to go for this one out of hand. I'm going to try the 1 plus 2 plus 1 combination. That's going to be what I imagine is so. And we're writing this in with gray or with pencil because it should be easily erasable later. So if this is a 2, we know that's not a 2. And we know that's not a 2. We know that's not a 2. And we know that's not a 2. Aha! If we know that's not a 2, it's got to be an 8. And if it is an 8, this has to be a 3. And this can't be a 7. So let's continue our ecology check. This 3, we'll just stay with this row for now. We'll do the ecology check for the columns later, but we're sticking with the row just for system. 3 here means no 3 here, means no 3 here, and means no 3 here. And 8 here gives us no 8 here, and no 8 here, and no 8 here, which means for sure there must be a 4 or a 6 in this row, but we don't know which one yet. So let's go further. We can still stay in this row. What do we have here? In this 36 cage, if we use this 6, the only other thing we can use to make that 6 amount to a 36 is multiplying it by 6 and then multiplying that by 1. But we can't do that because you can't use 2 6s in the same row. So that is out. Now I'm not going to cross out this 1. That's a typical mistake because the 6, 6, and 1 won't work doesn't mean that some other combination with 1 won't work. And here's where we get a chance to prove that lesson. 4 times 9, or 9 times 4, is 36. If we multiplied that by 1, we would have our 36, and that would work. Nothing would repeat in a row or a column. So that's a possibility. Either the 4 or the 9 there, we don't know which one yet, but we know it'll be one of them, and the 4 or the 9 there. And we know for sure this would have to be the 1, a 1. Now we can continue our ecology check further. We can cross out the 4s and 9s in this row. Get rid of this 4. Get rid of this 9. Get rid of this 4. Ha-cha, leaving only a possibility of this being a 6. If our combination is true, which we're testing. So this would be a 6. Get rid of the 6 here. Get rid of the 6 there. Of course, we still have to get rid of this 3 here. And what else can we get rid of? We have to get rid of all the 9s. Get rid of this 9 here. And what else do we know? Well, we know this. There is no 7 here, no 7 possibility of a 7 here, no possibility of a 7 here, here. So this must be our 7 if this combination works. So far, so good. I think that's about as much as we're going to get just staying within this row. So our check has to keep, our rabbit hole has to go a little further. If this is a 6, we know this must be a 4. If that's the case, let's start dumping 4s. Look at what I just passed by. Did you notice it? This one is circled. This one is circled. That's impossible. So if the 1, 2, 1 combination were true, this would have to have a 1 and a 1 here, and that can clearly not be true. If not this, then not that. We can go back and erase all of the pencil marks we made. And in the next lesson, we can try the other combination, the combination of 2, 1, and 2, because we'll keep trying to eliminate this 4. But in the meantime, what we do know is this can still stay the way a bit the way it was. Let's fill this one in before the next lesson. We know we can't have a 1 here because as we talked about, a 1 will appear here no matter what. But we know we can have the 2, 3, the 4, the 5, the 6, no 7, the 8, and the 9 until we do a further ecology check. And we could have the same thing here plus that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. And we'll come back and we'll try the 2, 1, 2 combination. We'll see if that works in the next lesson. And that will be very similar to what we've seen, but it will be even another further step down the rabbit hole. And we'll see if that works or that doesn't work. But it will take a little longer than this one, although we can do the first few steps real quickly without explanation, because they'll be effectively the same as the ones from the other steps. And you'll see what I mean when you get there. See you later.